It is Sunday, August 10th. I have a flight to Europe on Sunday, August 24th. So I have exactly 2 weeks to sew a bunch of clothes, get everything I need to travel for about 3 months. Today I'm hoping to fix up and make about 2 to 3 tops and a shawl, and that'll be kind of the end of my clothing packing part. We're starting with this really cute top that I picked up yesterday. It's like just a sheet of fabric and it's entirely backless. And it was discounted to $2 because this back strap is broken right here. So all I have to do is sew it back on the other side. I thought it was missing a strap and I was gonna make like a strap out of random fabric, but actually it's an adjustable strap in the back. So all I have to do is sew this back on, and it should take me about literally 5 minutes to fix up. And then I'll have a really cute backless top. This is actually super easy to make. There's only 2 darts on each side right here, like in the armpit area. So I might actually make another one of these with some scrap fabric that I have lying around and have 2 of these tops in different patterns. I'm also gonna hand sew it just because it's such a quick and easy fix, I might as well. That literally only took me like a couple minutes. I just sewed the strap back and it's adjustable, so I tightened it. There's like a little bit of bunching right here, which I wouldn't mind, except when I'm not wearing this bra, I feel like, I don't know, it doesn't feel as secure. So I might add 2 more darts right here to fix that and make this part tighter. I put it on inside out and I actually really like how it looks with the white on the outside as well. So if I put darts in, the only way to make them invisible is if I seam rip and do like the darts on the inside like this right here. Okay, I'm just gonna do it and see how it looks. I looked in the mirror and I put 2 pins in right here, basically like right where the fabric kind of folds. I sewed in the darts. I think I need to make them a little bigger because there is a little extra fabric, but this part right here is tighter and flush against my body, which is what I wanted. I'm happy with it. I flipped it inside out. I'm gonna repin it and make the darts bigger and then sew it flat like this so that the fabric isn't as bunched if I wear it this way. Okay, this is my current setup for sewing. It's low-key backbreaking because I have this like DIY kotatsu table and it's only like maybe 1.5 feet off the ground. So I have to like bend my leg to press the presser foot, and I'm just like hunched over constantly. But this is all I got and it works for now. Hopefully those are the last darts that I have to put in. Front side, less fabric bunching. Way better. For my next project, I want to make like a shawl / poncho kind of thing. And I went thrifting yesterday to look for like a kind of chiffon or really lightweight scarf fabric, but I couldn't find anything that really worked. And then I came home and I looked through my stash of fabric and I found this like old slip dress that I thrifted a while ago. I do like it, but I never wear it as is. So I feel like if I turn it into a poncho and keep this top part for a separate project that I'm gonna make next, I'd be much happier with it. It's not super sheer. It wouldn't be like the fabric that I picked, but I think it still works. Okay, this is kind of what I'm going for. Obviously like less bunching up here, but something very lightweight, breathable. It's so shiny though. I don't know, maybe if it's inside out, it won't be as shiny. And then I can wear it both ways. This is the vibe. I hope it's like looser once I cut a big hole right here, and then I can adjust how big I want the neck hole to be. Okay, I laid it down flat. I'm gonna cut it up here and then I'm gonna hem it, do like a little rolled hem like it is at the bottom right here so that it doesn't unfurl, and then I will sew in however big I want the neck hole to be. Okay, I really hope that it doesn't fall apart once I cut it. Okay, I don't want to pin the whole thing, so I'm just gonna roll it over and then sew as I go. And I hope that it works. Please. My bobbin's empty and I didn't realize. Okay. Okay, this is where we're at. Now it's time to shape it. I don't want it to be shorter like this because when it's long it's just kind of like a sheet. I want it to hit around here, which means I need to take away some of this fabric and close up the neck hole a little bit. And I also wish it was a little wider. I might make this like dolphin cut right here bigger. Okay, I'm kind of losing steam. Everything is not going well. I'm gonna seam rip up here and then fix this because I want it to be a little off the shoulder, and right now I made the neck hole too tight and it looks weird and there's still a bunch of bunching. It's not what I want it to look like. To reward myself and keep me going, I'm gonna have a Red Bull. I love Red Bull. I like the original, like just this. That's my favorite. smells amazing. My roommate in college introduced me to Red Bulls because before that I never really drank drinks, let alone energy drinks. Delicious. I just need something to invigorate me. What I've decided to do is just shorten the length in general. So I folded it over a few inches right here. I'm going to pin it down so that it's more even and then rehem it. It wasn't exactly what I had in mind because I thought I had more fabric to work with. I do still like it. As long as it's covering like my shoulders and my neck, honestly, like that's kind of what I wanted, like more for sun protection and everything. So we're going with that. Okay, I'm following a tutorial to sew this hem. This is probably the cleanest hem I've ever sewn in my life. Wow. Before I cut off the excess to finish the hem, this is what it's looking like. Lengthwise, I definitely feel like I could have gone shorter and it still would have been fine, but this is what we're going with and this is what we have. I do still wish the neck hole was a little smaller. I'm wondering how I can bunch up or sew this part tighter, but we'll see. I'm just gonna finish the hem first. The scariest part of sewing for me is always going to be cutting fabric. I have to be very careful that I'm only cutting one layer of fabric as well, and I'm cutting the right side. I need to cut this part off. Here is what she looks like. It's a little longer than I wanted it to be, but I think it still works. If I wear it like this, it's kind of the perfect length, and I think because like this fabric kind of rolls anyways, it'll sit right. I love the dolphin hem that was already on the dress right here and how that looks like kind of with the armholes. Very happy. Love that. Wonder if I could wear it like a hood kind of thing too, to protect my neck from the sun just a little bit. Perfect. I took a dinner break and my next project is going to be using the little scrap of fabric from the slip dress I just cut up. I have these two fabrics that I got when Joann's was closing, and originally I was thinking of using the black fabric because it's like contrasting colors and I think it will stick out more, but then I put the green up against this white and I think this is so much cuter. You may think differently, but this is what I'm going with. And because this fabric has no stretch to it, I'm just going to make like literally a rectangle in the front and then do the same on the back, and then make bows on the side right here and have like maybe like two and have them tie, and that'll be the top. Okay, so I've pinned how much of the white top I want sticking out, and then this is the extra part that's gonna go under my arm, and it's gonna be this wide. And then down here I pinned how long I want the top to be, and I'm gonna cut like maybe 2 to 3 rows of extra space so I can roll it over twice to make a hem, and then I'll be done with the front piece. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. I've pinned everything in place. I hope when I sew it down these like folds stay in so it looks like it's like loose under this part, and I wish I made it a little longer, but there's no way I'm redoing this. Okay, I also finished a back panel that I'm going to sew onto the back of the white tank top like this. Actually, I don't know how that's going to work out, but I'm going to try. Okay, this is a little hard to describe, but I wanted thinner straps, so I found this like paper folding technique on YouTube. You basically fold up the fabric into this paper tube, and then when you pull on it, the perfect like strap comes out and you just sew like right along the edge, and it's great. I will say I made mine a little too thick, so it's a little hard to pull, but honestly it's better than folding everything and ironing it, so I'm going with this. I finished my strap. I wish I had a little bit more to work with. If I cut it into fourths, like it's a little small, but I'm hoping that it's gonna be okay because I don't want to make more. So okay, 4 straps now to pin onto my shirt. I miscalculated. I actually need 8 straps, like 4 in the front and 4 for the back panel to tie them together. So I'm gonna go ahead and make another big long strap and come back to this. This is the final top. I really like how the top came out, and I like that it kept its like kind of folded pattern here. For these kinds of tops, if you have like any kind of chest, you do have to add darts, just because like when you pull taut like this, it doesn't work really well. So in the end, I might actually end up having to add darts right here. And also I'm thinking of adding a 3rd strap on the bottom here just to tie everything together. I don't know if that will help it look more cohesive and fit better. Okay, this is from the side. I will say it is a little hard to tie by yourself because they're like kind of in the back right here. It's possible, it's just you have to maneuver your hands a little bit. I don't know about this one, just because of this part. The next thing that I wanted to sew today was this top. It's actually a skirt, but it's, in my opinion, really ugly as a skirt. But now that I'm wearing it like this, I kind of like it. And I'm rethinking cutting it up. Like, even this, I wish it was a little looser, but I don't know. What do I do? And then this is crazy. I just need to show it like this before I decide to cut it. It's a little impractical to wear. If I do cut it and transform it into a top, I definitely want to keep the flowiness throughout because I think that's like the whole point of this top, is that the fabric is so nice and breathable. But yeah, I'm just trying to think of a design now and how to make it into a more wearable top than just this. This was not part of my sewing agenda, but I came across this t-shirt today and I simply cannot resist doing a flip. It is this Twilight t-shirt. I do wish it was black. They only had it in white, but it's okay. I'm still gonna wear it. It came with a little photo card and everything. I'm gonna do like a off-the-shoulder, cinched-in waist, flowy top kind of look. It's inspired by @iThriftFlip on Instagram. Okay, first up we're gonna cut an asymmetrical neckline. I'm always scared I'm gonna cut off too much fabric, so I cut a little and I try it on. This is literally all I cut off, and it's already a pretty wide neck. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I just eyeballed it. If I wanted both sides to be even, I would either measure or sew one side, cut it out, and then trace it on the other side. But I think I'm just gonna sew it and see what happens. Not my best sewing job. I feel like the fabric's kind of bunched. So before I cut anything, let's try it on. I think the bottom is okay, but up here, like kind of starting here, I'm gonna release more fabric, or as much as I can, so that I can get a more curved, just a little more room in the chest region. Let me fix that really quick. This is what it's looking like. I'm debating if I should cut a little bit of the bottom off to make it a rolled hem like this. I do wish the armholes were a little bigger so I could create bigger wing right here. It was technically from like the junior sections. There was a lot of fabric. This was the biggest size I could find. I went a little rogue and I added these bows, and I think they're super cute. I was debating if I should put them like up here or at the very bottom, but I think these are just kind of funny. I don't know if this bow looks good on Bella, but for now it's gonna stay. I was gonna put one on Edward, but then I like how long these legs are and it would have covered his face, so I didn't put them there. I ended up cutting the bottom so that it rolls up a bit, and I think it hits at the perfect kind of spot right here now. I think it came out alright, and I'm definitely going to be wearing it a lot more like this than what it was before. I leave in like a day. I am so over sewing. This is like the last of the stuff I'm gonna make. I didn't even add pockets to my tote bag. Maybe if I have time tomorrow I'll do it, but probably not. I made this pouch and it's really not that great. I don't love it. Basically, I wish this pouch was longer this way instead of so deep like this. Whatever, it's fine. And then on my bag, I sewed these key leashes kind of things onto the inside of this front pocket as well as the inside of this pocket. I was gonna do a zipper here because this bag has like this slouchy front, but there's only 3 buttons closing it, and I don't have black zippers, I only have white zippers. And I tried to make this zipper black, but it did not work, so I'm just gonna attach this pouch, and that should be enough because that's all I have time to do. I'm stressed, and I just realized that I forgot to fix my jacket that I really want to wear. Okay, I lied. I did one more thing. I'm not bringing my zip up anymore because the zipper's broken. I'm gonna bring this quarter zip fleece, so I have at least one thing that's warm-ish. And I covered up this logo I don't like with this cherry fabric, and I also left the top open, so now I have like a pocket. I could put my photo card. Anyways, okay, now I'm done. That's it.